Anytime a roof material is replaced, the default is going to be removed from the roof is going to be same as what is going to be applied. If it is a different material, such as metal or no roofing material that's going to be removed, you can select this. Like I said, this is going to be the default. But I can say it's different and then specify what is different, or I can say none. That's going to remove that removal activity for the existing roof, and then that's going to be just a plus activity. So if you go right here, there's no removal, it's only going to be a plus, and then applied, or the replace activity applied to that estimate. However, if it's a different material, I can select different, specify what material I'm removing, or specify the material type, and then I can also add additional layers or no additional layers. So whatever is going to be, whatever you're removing from the roof, that can be specified here. It is going to be moving the original layer. It's the ARMVN item, so that's the tear-off item. And this does not include haul-off in that activity. So that is a default setting that you can set, that I'll show you in a little bit. But the add ARMV line item is for the additional layer or layers that's going to be removed. Those items are identified there. But it is important to know that the default for this is going to be, I'm going to be adding what I'm going to be removing. So it's not going to be any different. As far as the haul off, like I said, that is a default setting that is set in user settings or set by the carrier. Anything that is removed from the roof, we are keeping track of the cubic yardage that is estimated that will be coming off of that roof. If you have a higher weight material like tile, then that's going to be calculated by weight. So that way you're not overfilling a dumpster, and it's going to be packed in quite well, and it's not going to overfill a dumpster and have the dumpster be illegal going down the road. Right now the default setting is to separate the haul off from the tear off. So I can go in and change that, and then it will not track that material. If I did want to change the dumpster size, I can change the dumpster size there, and that's going to calculate based on the dumpster size how much cubic yards is going to fit in that dumpster, and that's going to automatically do all that math and add that dumpster. So right now it's 3 dumpsters based on the removal is what's estimated that will fit in that dumpster. So in the default settings, you can go into user settings and go to removal. Separate haul off, I can change that to no, and then that will add the haul off into the tear off line item, which would be appropriate, and then that will calculate the haul off by the square footage. If we also have put in here a minimum volume and a minimum weight calculation. If the tear off is not going to exceed 1 ton or 5 cubic yards, that's going to be what's going to be coming down. This can be changed, so I can change this to a different calculation. And then it's going to, anything underneath that volume, then it's going to default to the tear off line item, and add that removal in the line item itself, because you can fit it in a dump trailer, in a truck, or personal equipment to haul that off of the property. As always, if you change this, if it's allowed by the carrier, first of all, then you can change anything here. If you wanted to apply to this estimate, you have to hit the apply and then save it. But that's generally how the tear off and removal activity works. I will say one more thing. You can select user picks, so that'll basically populate the question. So if you do user picks, then that'll just add that question and it won't gray out that question. Then I could say no, and then have that applied to the tear off line item, which right there it is. Haul off is included in the tear off line item.